Hello friends, and welcome to the Hanged Man in the Moon. I got a gorgeous, gorgeous Oracle deck in the mail recently, in the last couple of days, and I decided it was time for me to do a walkthrough of this beautiful deck. I'm not sure when I'm going to use it, but I think I know which deck I'm going to pair it with. With my Lux Ex Umbra deck, I think they're going to look beautiful together in many ways. But I won't show you this deck. I have a walkthrough of this deck on my channel, and I'll put a card up here if you want to go check that out. But this deck is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's based on creatures who are bioluminescent and who react to light, so it's a very, very richly colorful deck. And if you want to see it, stay tuned. I'll turn the camera down and let's take a look at this beauty together. Hello friends, and we're back with the beautiful Oracle deck called the Glow Oracle by Robyn Voisey. A 64 card animal essence Oracle deck featuring animals that have a unique relationship with light and the messages they have to share. It's in a beautiful box. Look at this gorgeous image of this. It's a shrimp, and I forget the name of this shrimp. Hopefully there will be names on the cards, but look at the color, the rich color. Can you see the beautiful color in this deck? I wish I could go into a darker light somehow so that you can get the richness that I'm seeing here. But these colors are vibrant, they're powerful, they're my favorite colors in the world. They're kind of jewel tone. I love that. And you see there is a foil stamping here, the Glow Oracle. Beautifully done. It's in a clamshell box, but let me show you the sides. Here is one side of the box. The whole thing is packaged beautifully. Here's the back of the box. And you see some of the cards here. And yes, you can see that there are names on the cards, which will be very helpful. Probably a keyword as well. Here's the other side of the box. Look at these lovely creatures. Okay, so let me open up the box. Da, 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 and it's oh, look at that. Look at the cuttlefish with their communicative ability to change their color of their skin in patterns. It's a communication technique from what I recall. And here we have another beautiful luminescent creature here, the Glow Oracle by Robyn Voisey. Isn't that lovely? So the box is has got a slightly coated texture to it, almost rose petal, but not quite. And the cover of the book also, no, it's a little bit more of a semi-gloss, but that's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a chunky little book. We'll see that in just a moment. Let me take the cards out of the box. We've got a very nice sturdy ribbon here, which is lovely. And you just saw the edging, didn't you? Let me turn this over and set it to the side so you can see the inside of the lovely, very sturdy box. Look at this little guy. Isn't he gorgeous? He's just the cutest little thing. But lovely, wonderfully done. Highly recommend the box. But we didn't come here for the box. We came here for the deck. Let's look at the book for just a moment. Love the Glow Oracle. Again, a thick, chunky book. Let's see what's inside. So we do have some color printing on the inside. The Glow Oracle by Robyn Voisey. Look at these colors. Oh, look at that. Look at that fish. So the book as well is going to be lovely, I think. We start with an introduction, conservation status, which is good. The suits. So this deck is arranged in, has a structure, I should say. Light language, working with this deck, and then the cards. So we've got some good information. And it looks like we'll have 2 pages per card. And wow, look at that. So here's look at this seahorse. Okay, look at the purple, my favorite color. let me give you a little bit of the introduction. Welcome to the Glow Oracle. I hope you thoroughly enjoy the energy of the animals in this deck and their unique contribution to our beautiful planet as much as I do. When I began working on this Oracle deck, I started creating images of creatures most of us know and love that light up all on their own through the magic of bioluminescence. The firefly and jellyfish, for example. So they're not all sea creatures. There are, for example, insects like the firefly. We're must-have inclusions. As I got deeper into my research, I happened upon creatures that exhibited unexpected and unique relationships with light. It was at this point that I realized that I needed to expand my scope to include other phenomena, including biofluorescence and iridescence. So it's not just bioluminescence, there's also biofluorescence and iridescence. So we'll look at all of that in this deck. And let's take a look at conservation status, because that piqued my interest. This deck, the deck like this, let me try beginning this. I can English. A deck like this would not be complete without drawing attention to the species that are marked as vulnerable or endangered. Good. I'm glad that this is included. The conservation status of any given species indicates the likelihood that it will become extinct. Many statistics are used to determine this, including the number of remaining animals, the increases and decreases in their population over time, breeding success, and known threats. A species is considered endangered when it is likely to become extinct in the near future. They can be at risk for various reasons, including habitat loss, poaching, and invasive species. Some areas have laws to protect conservation-reliant species through controlled hunting, restricted land development, and creation of protected areas. More extreme cases are the subject of captive breeding and habitual habitat restoration. So we've got some good information about conservation. International Union of Conservation of Nature's Red List, World Wildlife Foundation. That's wonderful. So the suits. We've got suits here of bioluminescence, which creatures that possess the ability to create their own light. Iridescence. The word iridescence originates from Iris, the Greek goddess of rainbows. How appropriate is that? The shimmering colors on iridescent surfaces, like, I suppose, this would be considered somehow iridescent, right? Shimmering colors on the surface. Biofluorescence. Now, this is something I didn't know of until now. While bioluminescence and iridescence are obvious, the trait of biofluorescence first appeared as a pleasant surprise. It can only be seen by our limited human eyes when illuminated by ultraviolet light. Okay, so biofluorescence is something that is not reactive to all spectrums of light, but only for us, ultraviolet light. Okay, so something like a black light effect, right? A little bit different. Okay, let's move on. Light language, working with the deck. So we have some spreads, a lovely little frog teaching us about spreads. And then we get into the cards. So for each card, we have a small thumbnail image of the card in color, which is wonderful. And it starts with the abalone. I believe this will be in alphabetical order. We have the image. We have iridescent, what kind of light work it does. And it describes the creature. Then we have safety, energetic protection are probably the keywords, right? It's time to fortify your energetic field through meditation. So what the card means, yeah? Tidbit of awesomeness. Abalone lay 10,000 to 11 million eggs at a time. So information about the animal. And conservation status, wonderful. So we'll have that information for each one of the species. This is truly brilliantly done. We've got keywords, we've got a full description of meaning, we have a description of the animal, predators, This is beautifully done. Beautifully done. Then we have the Atolla jellyfish. So yes, this is in alphabetical order. The axolotl, that was that cute little creature at the bottom of the box, if you recall. Yeah, the axolotl. There he is there, welcoming you to the deck. Hello! Okay, moving on. Sorry. I'm too excited by this deck. Blue Ma. Okay, we'll see the cards in just a moment. And then at the back of the deck, what do we get? At the back of the book, we get about the deck creator and this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous duck. And then some sources. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so what kind of sources? alanax.com, allaboutbirds.org. I suppose that these are sites for conserving animals, I suppose. Wild Facts, Wired. Okay, so not only that. So a diversity of links to check out. Lovely book. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. And I love all of the information this provides. And here we go to the deck. So let me get rid of the plastic band. There is just one plastic band, which is nice. The deck was wrapped in plastic, by the way, but it's nice to have only one small band in the center. And this is what the back of the deck, the backs of the deck looks like. Yeah, lovely colors. I love this. It gives us a very ocean feel, but not all of these creatures are going to be ocean creatures, right? Firefly, for example. Lovely colors. Now, as for size, if you're curious about that, it is larger than a standard US Games tarot card. Yeah, it's wider and taller. It's about the size of a standard Oracle card, I believe. And you saw already that, oh, look at this edging. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful, beautiful deep blue edging. Shiny metallic edging. Lovely. So let me flip it around and let's look at the cards one by one from abalone. Now I probably won't be able to pronounce all of these animal names correctly, but look at this. Look at the beautiful colors on this abalone. And the backgrounds as well. I'm curious about the symbol. Okay, no, the symbol is not in every card. I did not notice any information about the symbol right off the bat. Let me go back to the information about the creator. No, I don't remember seeing any information about that symbol on the first card. Let's see. Spirit and energy workers use the shell as a container to smudge. This ritual has... Okay. I'm really not sure what that means. There are going to be symbols on each of the cards. And I don't see right off the bat any information about this symbol. Okay, no, I don't see anything about that. So, that is going to be up to further exploration. Let's get back into the cards. Beautiful, beautiful colors, right? And here we go with the Atolla jellyfish. Trust your gut. You know what to do. Look at those reds against the contrast of the almost purplish blue in the back. And here's another symbol. Maybe a sigil. And we move on to, if you know what any of these mean, let me know in the comments below. Here's the axolot, the inner child, if that makes sense. You can heal yourself. Look at these beautiful greens. These cute little paws, and so much cuteness in this one little card. And the next one is the black dragonfish. Not a cute animal, right? A very powerful looking being. Now look at these teeth. Plan carefully, stealth. And this is probably what it uses to attract other fish to come and eat, right? But beautiful colors. Even in its predatory stance, beautiful, beautiful colors. The anglerfish does something similar. but the anglerfish has a thing at the top, I believe. And here we go with the bloody belly. Oh my gosh, the bloody belly comb jelly. Bloody belly, that's its bloody belly. Perspective, discretion. Look at the light colors around the ridges of its body. And a sigil right there. And here we have the blue morpho butterfly. Look at the gorgeous blue. And notice the red right there at the edge, and then the lighter blue, almost white, off-white, in the blue sphere, against some beautiful flowers. Now, blue morpho butterfly, embrace change, transformation. Butterflies, typically symbols of transformation, right? They get into their cocoon, they dissolve themselves, they digest themselves, and their imaginal cells, what we call imaginal cells, reorganize what is left to this beautiful creature that emerges. Transformation. And there's the sigil right there. I'm going to call it a sigil from now on. Okay, here's a sigil right there. The blue-ringed octopus. Ooh, look at that. I didn't see it was an octopus right off the bat. This would be very good camouflage, I believe. Agility, flexibility, willpower. And octopi are very, very smart creatures. Did you know that? Did you see the movie about My Teacher the Octopus? If you haven't, see that movie. It's a lovely movie. It's an emotionally beautiful movie, as well as very informative about octopi. Okay, and the brittle star. Look at that. Looks very brittle, doesn't it? Juggling, health and nutrition. Okay, that's cool. And these really do look very brittle, right? For a star, the extensions of this starfish. And the budgie. So we have a bird here. I used to raise, my mother had a budgie, had two budgies when I was a teenager. Charm, charisma, flirtation. Beautiful card, beautiful bird. And there's the sigil right there. Okay, and we have the cicada. Oh, not one of my favorite animals in the world. I wonder, it must be the biofluorescence, right? Because I've never seen a cicada glow before. But look at the wings. They're so noisy. They are so noisy. We get cicadas here in South Korea every summer. Find your voice. Okay, cicadas definitely have a voice. And longevity. Okay. And you notice the sigil up there and the sigil here. This is the cluster wink snail. The cluster wink snail. Interesting name, isn't it? Emerge from your shell. Be present. Good advice. Always good advice. Especially for us in this time of isolation, even when we keep ourselves safe from interacting with too many people, still, we don't want to completely close ourselves off. We want to emerge from our shells in a safe way, especially if we've gotten our vaccinations. Just saying. Here's the sigil here, these beautiful colors. Look at these beautiful colors. And here we go with the, oh my gosh, okay, so it's the cookie cutter shark. Cookie cutter shark. Okay, I don't think this shark cuts cookies, but I think it's the pattern here. Reminded somebody of a cookie cutter. Make your mark, lasting influence. And I wonder how dangerous these sharks are. If they're predatory to larger animals or if they just eat smaller fish. I'd be curious to know that. But I assume that these glow, right? Beautiful colors. And the sigil right there in the curve of its body. I wonder if its eyes glow as well. Okay, you know sharks cannot stop moving, right? It's their motion through the water that allows them to breathe. Here is the crowned wood nymph. Beautiful, beautiful. So I would assume that all of this is iridescence, right? Embrace the now, joy, sweetness of life. Very sweet looking bird. Love purple. Have I told you that purple is my favorite color? Here we go with the cuttlefish. Okay, tap into your higher self, intelligence. Now, I would normally think of the octopus first when I think of intelligence, but yes, cuttlefish are also intelligent and they are communicative. right? We know that they communicate with the patterns on their bodies. Beautifully drawn. The art in this deck is gorgeous, isn't it? And here we go, the damselfly. The damselfly, also, which is a version of the dragonfly, right? Transcendence. Thoughts become things. Wonderful card for living life intentionally and focusing on the intentional life. Beautifully colored. And here's the sigil right here. Still not getting any information about what these sigils mean just by looking at them. If you are, let me know in the comments below. I'd really, really like to know. And here we go with the Dinoflagellates. Okay, make some waves, raise your vibration. Dinoflagellates. Now, are they algae? Is it a bioluminescent algae? I've got to check on this. Just a moment. Let me let you know what this is. Damselfly, Dinoflagellates. Are you up for swimming with the stars? That's the effect you'll experience if you take a dip in the ocean with the fireflies of the sea, Dinoflagellates. These single-celled organisms can be found all over the world, but do favor warm water lagoons with narrow openings to the sea. So yes, single-cell organisms that cause luminescence in the sea. Beautiful. I wonder what it would have looked like if she had actually maybe drawn one or two micros of them zoomed in. Interesting. But I like this. You get the idea, right? And here we go with the fan-throated lizard. Look at that. Wow. And I suppose that this is all iridescent, right? Lead with the heart. Imagination. A very imaginative lizard to be able to evolve something like this, right? I assume that this is probably also for mating purposes, to get a mate, to attract a mate, to show off. And the next card is the fire beetle. Okay, so here we have another insect. Beautiful. Look at these glowing spots at the back. Attention to detail. Positive outcome. Lovely. And there's the sigil. Love the colors. Yeah, I love the way that the colors are not just that they're, what do we call that? It's they transition from one color into another. They're blended. Lovely. And here we have the Firefly squid, another squid, bioluminescent, which this was on, where was this? Where did we see this? It was maybe in the book? Yes, no, Where did we see that? I don't remember. Anyways, the Firefly squid, self-control, emotional expression. Was it inside the box? It was inside the box. There it is. Okay. I wasn't crazy. Oh, it smells very nice too. Self-control, emotional expression. Yeah, expression. Cuttlefish are all very expressive, right? Fireflies. I loved fireflies when I was a child. Did you have fireflies when you were a child? Were they in your environment? If they were, did you love them as much as I did? If they weren't, I'm sorry, because they're so magical. Magic, so that's the key word, magic. New possibilities, hope. I did not see this before I said magical. At least I didn't notice it before I said magical. I probably saw it in peripheral vision, and that gave me the intuitive hit to say magical, because they really are magical creatures, aren't they? That greenish yellow, lovely, lovely. And here we go with flying fish. I did not know that they were bioluminescent or iridescent or biofluorescent. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous picture. Now, they use their flippers to jump, when they jump out of the water, to travel a little distance. Not a great distance. They can't fly into the sky, but beautiful. Success, opportunity, freedom. Freedom seems like a really good keyword for this card. And purple, okay, flying squirrel. Love flying squirrels. Had no idea that they were iridescent or bio. I wonder what their magic is with the light. I have no idea. I had no idea that they had anything to do with light. But adventure, yes, time to play. Bravery. Have you seen flying squirrels leap from tree to tree? Just using the skin between their neck and their arms and their legs to fly through the air. It can't be a very safe feel. It doesn't look very safe, but they are brave, aren't they? Love the blue inside the ear and the feet. Look at the little blue feet. Okay, and here we go with the glowworm. Okay, wonderful. Now, I believe the glowworm is a sea creature, a sea, an ocean-living dwelling worm. Look at these beautiful, beautiful strands, like a chandelier's, right? Shine your light, authenticity. Wonderful keywords. I like the keywords on this deck, in this deck. Golden sweeps. So, these golden little fish, I assume they're going to be very, very small fish. You are not alone. Strength in numbers. They're probably a species of fish that swims in groups. Beautiful. Here's the sigil. This deck is making me fall in love with this greenish yellow color. Just got to tell you that. Oh, look at this. What is that? Grant's golden mole. Now, moles generally don't have very good eyesight. In fact, they can't see, I believe. So ground yourself. Clairsentience. Yeah, clairsentience. Being able to feel things without actually feeling them. It's one of the clairs, right? Clairaudience, being able to hear things at a distance. Clairvoyance, being able to see things at a distance. Clairsentience, being able to feel things, to know things from a distance. Look at these cute little paws folded up. Looks like it's totally asleep, doesn't it? And we have the grouper eel. I did not know that grouper, oh, sorry, not the grouper, the gulper eel. Gulper, that's why it has a huge mouth, right? To gulp water, and I suppose to gulp things like algae and smaller fish. Perseverance, resilience, stay alert. That mouth is immense compared to its body. It's huge. I've never seen that. And I believe this is where the light comes in. And probably this is what lures other creatures to this huge mouth with these that are used, English. They probably use these teeth as a kind of sieve, the way that whales use their teeth as a sieve to, when they take a gulp of, for example, krill, they close their mouths and let the water drain out, and the remaining krill they eat. Okay, here we go with the guppy. I remember guppies when I was a child. I had no idea that they were glowy. You are supported. Loyalty. Look at the colors in their inside of the both their scales and the color of their fins. The beautiful, beautiful spotted fins. Beautiful, right above their mouths. Yeah. And there's the sigil. There's the sigil. He covers it up as he says, there's the sigil. Hawaiian bobtail squid. Okay, another squid. A lot of squids in here, right? Very cute looking squid. I think I've seen a cartoon version of this somewhere. It might have been a Japanese character. I'm not sure, but beautiful color. Creativity, inspired action. Looks like a creative squid, right? But very cute. Very, very cute, stumpy little body. And the next card is the Hexbill sea turtle. Okay, Hexbill. It's the mouth that gives it its name, I'm sure. The sea turtle. Pace yourself. Ancient wisdom. And I suppose it reacts to light. I did not know that. Interesting. Okay, and the next one is the horseshoe crab. Now, does that look like a horseshoe to you? It does not look like a horseshoe to me. A horseshoe should be empty here, right? So, anyways, it's the horseshoe crab, wisdom of nature, and feminine energy. Wonderful. It looks like a spaceship, doesn't it? There's the sigil. purple going into green. Lovely. And look at the patterns in the background. Now, other shells. And we have the Mandarin Duck, that one that we got from, where? From where was that? Well, it was on something we were looking at just a moment ago. Yeah, the Mandarin Duck. The feathers are iridescent, right? Fertility, calmness, emotional balance. Look at the purple fauna in the background. Beautiful creature, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Now, did you know that many Chinese people believe that ducks cannot fly? Actually, many Koreans believe that ducks cannot fly. And then when I told them that ducks fly, I mean, they migrate over thousands and thousands of miles, ducks fly. They said, no, no. But the reason is because ducks have been domesticated for so long in the East, particularly in China and also in Korea, perhaps also in Japan, that the wild duck population has greatly reduced. And the domesticated ducks have not seen a need to fly. They've grown larger. Flying is more difficult for them, so they walk most of the time. So that's why they believe people here in the East, especially China and Korea, believe that ducks cannot fly. However, we in especially the Americas know that ducks fly. And here we go. Mandarin fish. No. Mandarin fish. That's right. Okay. I had no idea there was a mandarin fish. Look at that color. Kind of psychedelic. Looks like something one might see on an acid trip. Yes? Beautiful colors. There's the sigil there. And here we go with the mandrill. Beautiful, beautiful beast. And maybe it's the nose that is reactive to light, perhaps. Community, family, support system. I'm wondering if this has reversals. No, it doesn't look like this deck or the book gives reversals for reversed meanings for the cards. Here it is, the Mantis Shrimp. The shrimp uses these things to fight, right? Inner strength, outer strength. The tough guy of the sea. But glowy, right? Very iridescent, very shiny, very glowy. Here we go, the mud skipper. This is an eel that skips over mud. Balanced approach, moderation, and perhaps these dots here are reactive to light. Check out the book. And the nudibranch. The nudibranch. Now this one I don't know. I believe it's a slug, a sea slug. Energy vampire. Ooh, energy vampire. Codependence. So there are some negative cards in this deck. There aren't many, but here's one. Energy vampire, codependence. I spit all over this beautiful card. Look at the colors. These deep, rich, jewel-toned reds. And the green and the orange. Love this deck. This will look so good against my Lux Ex Umbra deck. This is the Opossum. Now I'm surprised. It'd be interesting to know how this creature reacts to light. I had no idea. Lay low, retreat. Yeah, be a possum. And the parrotfish. Okay, yes, I do know this fish. Beautiful colors, right? Find your balance. Yin and yang. In Korean, yang, yang. Find your balance. Okay. This one is the Peacock Flounder. I had no idea the Flounder had a peacock version. Authentic self. Deception. Now, a Flounder's special point is that it has two eyes on the side of its head. Yeah, this is its body. It swims along the sea floor. Its mouth is here where it should be, but instead of this eye being on the other side of its body, which would now be just facing the ground or the sea floor, it's up on top, looking above. So it swims along the bottom of the ocean looking up. And yet its mouth is still facing the way it would be if its body, the way it follows the rest of its body. It's just the eyes that are a little freaky. Look, there's one fin here and there's one at the bottom too. Very interesting creature, isn't it? And here we go with the peacock. Of course, iridescence, right? Confidence, pride, true colors. Makes absolute sense. And the pinecone fish. Kind of looks like a pine cone, right? But glowy, glowy. Amplify your instincts. New direction. Be interesting to read why these are the keywords for this fish. We see 3 of them here amongst coral. And here's the sigil. The next card is the platypus. The platypus is reactive to light. I had no idea. The duck-billed platypus from Australia, right? So, be uniquely you, independent. The platypus is definitely a unique creature. That's like a mammal with bird bits. The platypus. I'm very curious to see how this creature is luminescent. The polka dot tree frog. The polka dot, where are the polka dots? Oh, okay. There are a couple polka dots, I guess. Express yourself. Out with the old. Very, very cute little animal, right? As cute as that one at the beginning of the deck. And I can't remember. There he is. The axolot. Just as cute as the axolot. Almost as cute. Nothing is cuter than the axolot. Okay, you're right. Nothing is cuter than the axolot. But it's very cute. The little bulby toes on its feet, on its paws. Beautiful, beautiful. And here we go with the Portuguese man-o'-war, a kind of jellyfish, right? Probably a very dangerous one. Ebb and flow, focus. So I assume that this is all luminescent up here. Lovely colors. And notice the way that she treated the background is brilliant, I think. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The puffin. Why is a puffin in here? Nature, generosity, humor. Okay, never thought of a puffin as humorous, but there you go. Maybe it's the beak that reacts to light? Maybe? I have no idea. I don't think they're iridescent. The next is the Pyrosome. Now the Pyrosome is, I think, it's not a single-celled creature, but I think it's a small creature. And you see there are no eyes. It just takes everything in. It's like an independently living intestine. Find your tribe. Teamwork. I believe they swim in schools, right? That's what the keyword seems to indicate. And they look very luminescent. I wonder if they have eyes to see, or if they're a blind creature that is still luminescent, which would be a very interesting thing, right? And the rainbow stag beetle. Oh, gorgeous. Look at how shiny. Climbing up a tree. These black, shiny antennae. Black, shiny legs. Beautiful, jewel-like shell. Good luck, progress, change. Gorgeous. And we have the saw-whet owl. Okay, so a night creature. A night creature is somehow luminescent. Wisdom, connection to spirit. Very interesting. Looks very startled, doesn't it? Like, oh, you looking at me? Look at the paws. I should say the legs, not the paws. The legs. And a scorpion. I did not know a scorpion would be in here. Resilience, aggression, survivor. Definitely. But look at the blue-purple glow to this creature. There's the sigil. And we have the scorpion fish. Unexpected, spontaneous, swift action. I would imagine dangerous, right? The color is gorgeous, but a very angry-looking fish to me. Does it look angry to you? Sigil there at the top. Looks like a very angry fish. Looks like a grumpy, yet glowy fish. Here is the sea angel. Look at that beautiful, beautiful creature. Same creature as on the cover of the book. Beautiful creature. Angelic guidance. Love. Definitely looks like a creature of shiny, glowy love. And they look at them all swimming together. Beautiful. And the sea mouse. I had no idea there was such a thing as a sea mouse. I suppose that I can't believe that it's fur. These must be some kind of tentacle of some kind. I don't know. Resourceful. Inspiration. Would there be fur? Nah, it must be something else. Interesting. And the sea sapphire. Look at the color on this creature. Look at the patterns. These must be natural. Would never have expected this kind of a pattern on a sea creature. So geometric. Deeper levels of consciousness. Lightness. These must be deep sea dwelling creatures, right? Interesting sigil there on the side. And we go to the sparkle muffin. The sparkle muffin. This spider is called a sparkle muffin. Who named that? Creative problem solving. Shadow work. Shadow work. That's a good card to have. It looks like it's got a face here on its body, right? But look at these eyes and the furry mouth. Now, some people think spiders are beautiful. Personally, I love spiders. I love living with spiders. I love having spiders near me. I love having a spider in my house when I'm fortunate enough to have a spider in my house, but I almost never think of them as beautiful. This does not look like a beautiful creature to me the way this looks like a beautiful creature to me, or most of the others. Yet, I do love it. I do love it. Not everything has to be beautiful to be love-worthy. And this is not, to me, beauty, but it is definitely lovable. And the next card is... Whoa, I'm sorry. I'm throwing cards around. Spring hare. Look at this beautiful little creature with its paws, this beautiful little claws, and this color. What a fascinating color for a rabbit. Or a hare, I should say. Forward momentum. Keep your focus. Have you ever seen this creature? Is that what it actually looks like, or is that what it looks like under, for example, UV light? Interesting. Okay, so here we have the superb bird of paradise. Paradise, yes. The superb bird of paradise. Not just a bird of paradise, but the superb bird of paradise. Put yourself out there. Admiration. So I assume that this is its head. It's so difficult to see. Looks like this is its head, its eyes, its beak. It's probably got a group of feathers here that it spreads out, and then its tail. This part, I assume, is where the luminescence happens. Sigil up here. And we have the swell shark. I know the swell fish. This is a swell shark. Swell shark. I know, not that kind. It must puff up. Potential for greatness. Fifth dimension. Ooh, the fifth dimension. I like that group. Beautiful colors. And the background, purplish, magenta. Probably magenta is the better word. Sigil is up there. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Shark. Beautiful, beautiful shark. Look at that Tasmanian Devil. Why is a Tasmanian Devil in here? I would never have thought of that as well. Competition. Power versus force. Chaos. Remember the Tasmanian Devil from the cartoons? From the Bugs Bunny cartoons? Chaos. Makes perfect sense, right? Beautiful, beautiful face, but little ferocious creature from what I recall. And apparently it glows in the right light. And the Venus flytrap is also luminescent. I did not know that. Yeah. Oh, the Venus flytrap anemone. Oh, that's not a regular Venus flytrap. This is a sea creature that looks like a Venus flytrap. Amazing, amazing creature. Does it exude luminescence? I don't know. That is so interesting. Patience, allowing. Interesting. I'm going to learn a lot in this deck, through this deck. Web Toad Gecko. Adaptability. Heightened senses. The gecko. Beautiful colors. This must be under UV light. Here's a sigil up there. Amazing. Amazing creatures in our beautiful, beautiful planet. Weedy Sea Dragon. Okay, so it's not a seahorse, but a sea dragon. Slow down. Move with grace. Yes, they do move with grace, right? I assume that they would probably move in a similar way as a seahorse does, by the curling and uncurling of its tail. Yeah? Beautiful creature. And there's the sigil. And here is a white-lipped python. Okay, they're the white lips. And this, I suppose, the scales on it are where the luminescence or iridescence happens. Recovery. Spiritual renewal. And we get to the Wombat. The Wombat is also luminescent in some way. Home sweet home. Appreciation. What a cute little face. The cute little teeth. Beautiful colors in the background. And the last card is the yellow Stingray. Beautiful. Have you ever been around stingrays or manta rays? They're wonderful creatures to be around, to swim with. Find the calm, self-restraint. And this one is glowy, glowy. So what I'm going to do now is, let's take a look at this beautiful deck in action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle it a couple of times and ask the deck to give us a focus for the day. Yeah? Where can we focus our energy for today? Let me split and do an overhand shuffle with this gorgeous deck. The backs of this deck are just beautiful, aren't they? And oh yes, it overhand shuffles wonderfully right out of the box. There's no clumping. Oops, there's one I got turned upside down by accidente. No clumping, but it doesn't go flying off into the universe either. They're a matte finish, yeah. They're I would probably a matte finish, yes. So let's see how they riffle shuffle. I'm going to riffle shuffle them upright, and I'm going to do it like this. The riffle is beautiful, and it bridges beautifully as well. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So again, what is my question? What can we focus? I've forgotten my question. Where can we focus our energy for today? Where can we focus our energy for today? Oh, it's a beautiful shuffle. A beautiful shuffle. And one more overhand, and I will draw. And then I'll read from the book again. So here we go. Pulling them all together. Now, I am the worst overhand shuffler there is, and I can do it without any problems, even here on camera. Yeah, they're not flying away even a little bit. The thickness of the cards they're thin. They're thin, but they're flexible. Yeah, they're very flexible. About the same thickness, a little bit thicker, a little heavier than a US Games card, but it's very similar, very flexible, and they feel like they'll be very durable. So I'll cut I'll cut the deck, and where can we focus? What energy can we focus ourselves on for today? And we get, what's the beautiful creature? Oh, the bloody belly comb jelly. Perspective and discretion. Okay, so today is a good day for perspective, to have a good perspective and discretion. Let me read the book. So where do we have the bloody belly comb jelly? Okay, here's the book. You look at the card, I will read. Iridescent. I almost included a comb jelly in the Oracle deck, But then I thought, why not highlight the more elusive bloody belly comb jelly? Okay, so this is another species from the comb jelly. And not just because it's of its awesome name. The bloody belly is a type of comb jelly that is brilliant red with iridescent rainbows shining through it. This coloration of comb jelly exists deeper in the sea where red is not visible. Okay, its color protects it from predators, making it invisible, as the great majority of deep sea fish cannot see red. Okay, so its beautiful color is actually a camouflaging technique. Its redness makes it invisible. I know what you're thinking. That's a fascinating looking jellyfish. In reality, it's not a jellyfish at all. It does look a lot like one, but it doesn't sting. It's actually now how do you pronounce this? I wonder if this is a spelling error. Ctenophore. Ctenophore, maybe. This type of marine invertebrate propels itself using small, transparent, hair-like structures known as cilia. Yeah, the cilia. As the cilia beat, photonic crystals diffract and refract light, dazzling us with sparkling iridescence. Okay, so the iridescence comes in as the cilia beat and it moves forward. It is fascinating to note that the bloody belly comb jelly doesn't shimmer without light being shown directly on it. Okay, so it needs light to shine on it for it to glimmer. This suggests that their iridescence may be a happy accident. In the depths of the sea, where light doesn't naturally shine, they don't have a real purpose for it. Studies are still being done to find answers. The bloody belly comb jelly have no bones to weigh them down and are made of 95% water. They locate food by detecting chemicals in the water around them and have been seen eating other comb jellies larger than themselves. Okay, they eat comb jellies larger than themselves. That's interesting. Tidbit of awesomeness. Scientists believe that these jelly-like creatures have red bellies to disguise the bioluminescent dinner they just slurped up. Okay. So the red, when they eat, the bioluminescent creatures that they eat, there could perhaps make them detectable through their transparent bodies. So they use the red to cover that up. That's interesting. If their dinner glows too bright, they might attract up the peering eyes of predators nearby. Deep sea fish are not able to see the color red. Hiding it beneath a layer of red is like stashing a candy bar in your pocket. Okay, that's not the way I would describe it, but you go, girl. So again, perspective, discretion. What are we supposed to get from this? Take time to look at things from all angles and perspectives. There may be more to learn about a person or situation than you originally thought. Outward appearances can be distracting and fool us into a false sense of security. Are you being dazzled by a sparkly facade? Don't get sucked into a bad situation. The bloody belly comb jelly may also be telling you that it's okay to be patient and hold things close to the chest. We don't always need to let everyone know our plan of action. There are times practicing discretion is best. As long as your intentions are positive and come from a place of love, all will work out. So, we don't have to tell everything that we are thinking of to everybody, is what it's saying, right? And as long as we're not being secretive to be manipulative, if we're just holding our plans close to our chest, because we know that sometimes when we reveal our plans to others before we're ready to reveal them to others, our plans are picked apart and our ideas are picked apart before they're ready for presentation to the world. Sometimes it's better to hold our plans until they're ready to be seen, or until they're ready to manifest. I think that's what this is indicating, as well as being sure that we are seeing what is actually there and not getting lured into something by a shiny, glittery facade. Good things for us to remember. So friends, take that into your day and hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. And hit the alarm bell. You're doing a lot of hitting, aren't you? Hit the alarm bell so you get notifications of when I upload videos. And share this with anybody who you might think would be interested in this kind of a deck. It's a beautiful deck with a lot of wonderful information, learning and for guiding us as well. And also, comment below. What do you think? Are you going to get this deck? I'll put a link so that you could know where to go if you're interested in purchasing this. So friends, now, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.